And welcome back to the 77th episode of the Monster Movie Stompdown. Got your host, Sludge, here. My co-host across from me
is Mark.
Our brother from Texas,
Ruben.
And we have got a special episode for you because we decided just to go back in time to when the 70s hated us. And we are doing a double feature.
Oh, it's special.
It is very special. We promised one Cameron Sullivan we would do Killdozer, and we are doing Killdozer. And because of after watching Killdozer, we decided that that was not torture enough. We wanted to just double up the torture and the pain. And so we're giving you a special double episode with another 1973 movie, Track of the Moon Beast, which there's some interesting information behind both of these movies, actually. And the information behind them is probably more entertaining than the actual movies themselves. But you know, we'll get to that part. So how are you guys doing? It's been like 2 weeks? We were supposed to do this like a week ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? Yeah, my family got, or my wife and youngest son, Gavin, got COVID. And they were down. Nothing happened to me and Colton. Me and my other son, we were not the first symptom. We're right as rain and good to go. Gavin only had symptoms for barely a day, like maybe 36 hours at most. And then he was back to hyper crazy self. Sarah had it the hardest. So, and she unfortunately lost her taste of smell. Jeez. There's going to be bloopers on this one.
How do you do that taste of smell? Exactly how does that work?
I've already beefed this 2 or 3 times. We had to start over. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Sense of smell and her taste. And so, and that's not good, like for my wife, because my wife loves her.
Oh, man.
She loves her York peppermint patties. She loves her food. And when she came to me, she's like, I can't smell or taste. I was like, oh, no. And so there was like 3 or 4 days where there was just nothing. But it's starting to come back. I mean, it's back now, but it slowly came back.
That's crazy.
So COVID pushed us back.
Did it? Does everything taste normal to her? Because RJ, when he got it, he said like coffee tasted different. All the food tasted different for a while.
Yeah, she hasn't said anything's tasted different.
Really?
So I think it's pretty good.
He said that like he can't coffee doesn't smell as good as it used to or whatever. And now he goes, I don't even notice it anymore. He goes, it just is what it is. And I think it eventually just came back. But I remember he goes, I can't taste nothing. And then we went and had a beer somewhere, and he said the beer doesn't taste the same.
Wow.
But it took a while for it to come back. Yeah, it took a while for it to come back.
Dang.
But hopefully but then some people, it just comes back and
hers came back a couple days later, and she's not saying anything about things not tasting or smelling the same.
Oh, so. she would know immediately.
Oh, and she would dedefinitely tell me immediately. She'd be complaining about that. So, but now everyone's good back in the house now. So now because we've just with Mark, which I mean, me and you've been around. How many people in direct contact?
A bunch.
Y'all probably got super. You probably got super immunity by now, man. Being exposed so much.
Yeah. Well, we caught it. The first go round, and and then after that, I mean, we've been around so many people that's had Delta and Omicron, like a direct contact.
Yeah.
And nothing. Not, and we're not vaccinated, at all, and not a thing for me or Mark. So I don't know. But just to play it safe, and my wife is very cautious. She didn't want anybody over at the house till the 10-day isolation time or whatever. So that's why we postponed it. But we are back.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good move.
So, So we're back, but man, it's drove me crazy, especially the last several days. I'm like, man, I just want to get an episode out there now. I don't like delaying like that. So, but we are back.
Oh heck, it's been.
We were so excited.
I watched this the first time around. Yeah, I watched them the first time around. So. But they were memorable enough, for me to not. I was going to rewatch them, but then I said no. I remember them pretty well, and of course, Track of the Snow Beast broke the plex.
Or Moon Beast, it worked.
Moon Beast,
it's not working.
I mean, the Moon Beast, it done broke the plex, and it won't even work.
Poor Mark,
so.
you didn't even get to watch it, did you?
Yeah,
I cried.
Oh, he cried. Yeah,
I cried.
Yeah, he was.
I cried.
At the end of that movie, man.
So you did get to watch it?
Oh no. That's how bad I wanted to watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got 2 for you, and these are definitely some doozies. So, but of course, again, we're glad to be back. I do want to make a quick announcement. I know we normally put them at the end, but I don't want to forget. Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. The group is now officially online on Facebook. Part of it's the new show we talked about coming out. There's actually another show coming soon. We're finishing up some of the music for it and a couple things. But Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling is now here. Go check out the Give Me Back My Podcast Network to find the group. Join the group if you like pro wrestling. All the way back to the beginning to today. Yeah. That's all it's about, man. And the first episode will be coming soon. Of course, we'll be sharing and let you guys know about that. That'll be super exciting. I'm going to jump in on an episode for that. So,
my first remembrance of going to pro wrestling was all the way back when Bobby Heenan was an actual wrestler and not a manager or an
announcer.
Really?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty sweet. I remember my first memory of watching anything. We had watched, was it WrestleMania 3, Hogan and Andre?
I think it is 3. Yeah.
That's the first match
that was 3.
I remember was watching that, and man, that was an epic match. So that it'll be a good show. I'm pretty stoked. So you got Jimmy from Live and in Color with Wolfie D. That show, Jimmy Streets, him and Dan from Give Me Back My Action Movies are doing that show. Super stoked about it. Can't wait for the first episode to drop, and we will definitely let you guys know. So if you're into pro wrestling, and even if you're not, go join the group, man. Support the show. So we're excited for this one.
Let me just say how lucky. I don't know how I got so lucky to meet you guys over Facebook, and pretty much all our interests line up perfectly. Wrestling and horror movies and monster. I'm like, man. I mean, how
Phoebe Cates?
How did I see?
Man, I saw a picture of her.
I remember one of the shows we started talking about wrestling, and I was like, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I saw that picture of her, and I thought, I got to say,
and I'm really excited about the There you go.
See, he was speechless.
Right. Oh
yeah,
he got quiet.
He loves him some Phoebe Cates. That'll be Ruben's next show. It's all about Phoebe Cates.
My train of thought was in wrestling, and then you said Phoebe Cates, and I was like, that was the end of that.
He got lost.
I got lost.
All right, well, man, we got 2 movies, so let's jump into it. Here's the trailers.
We don't know anything for a fact. Clint Walker. Except that bulldozer kills. Carl Betts. 2 men dead. The survivors watch an unmanned bulldozer continue its rampage. Killdozer.
The National Aeronautics and Space Agency quotes officials as saying that the asteroid now entering our portion of the solar system poses no threat to Earth.
A freak meteor shower spawns a killer man-monster.
You've got a scratch or something on your forehead.
He's being struck by a light that comes down from the sky. Whatever struck him from the sky changed him completely from human form. He became a demon lizard monster.
A beast of ancient legend runs amok, and only Indian magic can halt its rampage.
Are you going to try and stop it with a bow and arrow? Not with just any arrow, Mac.
The myths of the Native American warn the unwary. When the night is dark and the moon is high, no man dares to follow the track of the moon beast.
Hey guys, this is Wolfie D from PG-13. Check out my podcast, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, every Monday at noon. We're talking Memphis, we're talking ECW, WCW, WWF, everywhere that I've been. We even have some great guests, some Hall of Famers on the show with us. Every Monday at noon, Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
All right, so of course those were the trailers for Killdozer and Track of the Moon Beast, and of course new commercial, by the way, if you guys haven't or didn't realize, for Live and In Color with Wolfie D and Jimmy Street. Check that show out. Of course, check out all the shows on the podcast network, man. We love these dudes, and we're glad to be part of the team, I guess, with it. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to be announcing soon. So, all right, let's jump into it, man. Killdozer. Killdozer came out, made for TV film, 1974. It was directed by Jerry London. It was released on ABC. And what kind of started this was we did Snow Beast, a made for TV film, and Cameron Sullivan, who runs the Jacked Up Review Show. He had brought up Killdozer and then brought it up again, and then brought it up again, and then brought it up again. And he's kept going. I'm gonna post till the episode starts. So Cameron, this is for you, brother. And
don't forget that one time that he brought it up.
Yeah, there was that one time.
It was time that he brought it up.
But so he brought it up because Clint Walker stars in this movie. He's the main character, foreman named Kelly, and of course Clint was in Snow Beast. So that's why we decided to do Killdozer. So 1974, made for TV film. No clue what the budget was. I'm sure it was just a handful of $1 bills. And then, who knows what it made. It came out on TV. So what happens in this movie is a meteorite crashes onto a 6-mile-long island off the coast of Africa. And it glows blue, and it's got some weird whistling noise comes to it. Well, a few years pass, it ends up getting buried by, just natural erosion, or they don't explain it, but it gets buried all of a sudden somehow. And a construction crew has come to the island to clear things out because they're bringing in like a resort or something to the island. And the crew is led by the foreman Kelly, who's played by Clint Walker. And then, of course, they've got his crew of people. Of course, you got actors like Robert Ulrich is in it. James Watson's in this. A lot of TV actors for the movie. But so Kelly's leading this crew of guys and getting these things cleared out, and they end up taking their D9 Caterpillar bulldozer, him and the bulldozer driver Mac, to try and clear out some of this area, and they come upon the meteorite, and Mac can't get the meteorite out, so Kelly gets in there. He says, "Let me show you how it's done," all Clint Walker style. And he just, balls to the wall, rams this D9 Caterpillar into this meteorite, and it doesn't even budge. But when it does it starts emitting that noise again and glows blue, and then whatever this is, they don't ever say what it is, so we're just going to assume it's like an alien microbe, maybe. That's what we're going to call it, because that works. It's based off a novel, but I never read the novel. Transfers from the meteorite into the bulldozer. And in the process, somehow, poor Mac just gets burnt to a crisp almost from whatever happens with this. Yeah. And he ends up dying
infected
from
it.
He gets infected. He looks all jacked up. And so the crew are all mad because he died, and they want to blame Kelly. And you find out that the issue is that they have with Kelly is Kelly used to be an alcoholic, and this is kind of Kelly's last chance, for, I don't want to say redemption, but last chance at anything is, being a foreman for this crew. And so they decide, okay, they're going to go ahead and bury him because it's going to be a while before anyone else can get to the island. They're kind of stuck there working on this, before a crew can come out and get the body. And while that happens, the dozer comes to life and starts just killing people one by one. And then it finally comes down to just Kelly and then Dennis, who's played by Carl Betts, and they decide they got to find a way to execute the dozer, but I don't know why. How do you kill a dozer? I think they end up saying it's too heavy to hang and too big for a gas chamber or something. There's some cheesy one-liners in this one.
Yeah.
And
there is.
But then they realize that they can electrocute it, and there just so happens to be a Marston matting net there. So, and they explain this in the movie. They don't explain where this creature or whatever this thing comes from, but they do take the time to make sure that you understand that a Marston matting is actually a net from World War II that they used, and it is made from metal. So, and it just happens to be on this 6-mile island off the coast of Africa.
Why it's there?
Yeah,
we have no idea what
that was
want to do with
like,
that. But okay,
what did Africa have to do World War II at any time? I mean, maybe I missed that in history class, but anyways, it's there, and they do manage to lure it into the trap and electrocute it, and then the ore begins to emerge from the D9 with this alien or whatever it was, and then finally just fades away. It dies. And then, of course, they shut down the power, electricity, and they're like, "Oh, we killed it," and then the movie's over. So, I mean, that's the gist
that's perfect. That is perfect.
That is the gist of the 1974 Killdozer. Thank you, 70s, for hating us so much. Right smack dab in the middle. I'll jump into it first. What did I like about this movie? Yep. That's it.
That was a good one.
I mean, Clint does good. I mean, the cast actually was pretty decent because the cast is the only thing that got me through this film.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
Ruben, we were talking beforehand after because you watched it before me and Mark did, and you had messaged in our group chat about it, why they haven't done a Mystery Science Theater 3000 for this. After watching this, I don't how they haven't done a riff track for this movie is beyond me, because some of the kill scenes in this are just absolutely ridiculous. And no budget was needed for the kill scenes, especially the dude who gets trapped in one of them gets trapped in what is it, like a sewer pipe or some kind of a pipe?
A sewer,
of some kind.
Bulldozer's coming at him, and he goes, "I'll just hide in this pipe."
Yeah, because
I'm like, "Really, dude? You're gonna hide in that pipe?"
Yeah,
with a bulldozer coming at you.
You can't get me. Nope, squish. So
squish.
So I mean, the cast was at least decent. I don't know. Is it worth me going back and trying to find the novel for this? Probably, I'm probably not going to waste my time because I left the movie going, what was this thing? Where did it come from? How there was just
more questions. You had more questions than answers.
So many
on this,
more.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to. It's not even worth getting the novel. I don't care enough to get the novel.
Yeah.
I might pick up. They did a comic book adaptation about this the same year. Marvel Comics. It was like issue 6 of Worlds Unknown.
And Marvel picked this up.
Yeah, Marvel did it. So I might try and find that.
Yeah.
If it's worth a
what was
dollar.
Stan thinking?
I don't think Stan was in charge of that.
Well, that did. It piqued my curiosity because it was made in 1944, and I'm like, well, where was bulldozer technology in 1944?
What did the book when the book came out back then?
It says 44
for the book for the novel. Wow,
1944.
I didn't realize the novel was that
1944. Yeah, so I'm like, wait a minute. This, obviously they took some liberties and made the bulldozer 1970 model.
And that's gonna tell you something. If ABC's sitting there going, all right, we need to make a movie 30 years after this novel's written.
Yes.
I mean, you're digging through some trash to pull out some trash to make this.
And be the guy that come in and said, "Hey, check this novel out. This is something we got to work with.
This is something we got to win."
I mean, what was in the? I don't know. Maybe I'll find. I'll find the comic book.
Well, and we did have some pretty decent actors, but just like what's his name that gets killed in the Jeep. He's going to go swimming. He drives out on the beach. With his Jeep, gets stuck.
Oh yeah,
and then here comes the Killdozer, and he doesn't even bother getting out of the Jeep. He just lets it run right over.
Dude, that whole scene is that scene is epic. That is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 scene all in itself because it's a minute, minute and a half long, and this dozer's going 5 miles an hour.
trying to start the Jeep.
It's like, dude, you can get out and run faster than this thing, but it's that classic shot. Like it goes bulldozer, then him, then bulldozer, then him. It's like I was waiting for the wide shot to where the bulldozer's still like 50 yards away, and he's in the Jeep screaming. It's my god!
Well, then just as the bulldozer gets to him, he kind of just like gives up, like. A sigh, like, okay, you got me, kill me. It still doesn't bother to get out of that Jeep and run.
No, and he was going to go swimming or something like that.
Yeah.
He just got drunk, and he's like, I'm going to go swimming.
He got there, he got drunk. He said, and he's I'm going for a swim, and there's like, and he had all these stories, and it was pretty, I mean, that character was pretty entertaining. Character was pretty entertaining.
He was an entertaining character. I will give that much. Like I said, the cast is the only thing to watch this movie for. And that one scene.
Yeah, I was gonna.
We might have to post that one scene up online just for people. It's the only reason
that would be
cool
to put up on. That one scene. When I messaged you about it, I'm like, well, I can say the acting is better than the movie we're about to do after this one. Heck. If you compare the two, you might be able to pull an Academy Award out of one of these guys.
Maybe a Saturn. Yeah. Like Academy might be stretching. I might give it a Saturn.
Because I thought the acting was, and it was TV, 1970s TV. Okay, let's just face it. But they kept me interested enough that I wanted to see the whole movie. As silly as it was.
Yeah.
It was the characters that kept me in it. It was the character, and there was so many cliches in it that it's not even funny. But then again, I'm going to repeat myself. It was 70s, early 70s TV. It fits perfectly in that time period for that type of movie. I mean, I've seen crazier movies than that. I think. Well, I don't know. Yes, I've seen crazier movies than that. So I mean. I sat there and I wasn't bored too bad, so it is not a B movie. It's a C, maybe a C- movie.
I would say a C-. Yeah, at best.
Yeah, C- movie at best, because it was kind of, well, you know what? I tell you why I liked it. Because it's got Mystery Science Theater written all over it. So I'm sitting there just making jokes about it while I'm watching the movie.
It does. I could hear, like Crow in the background, or Tom Servo like cracking some joke on it all the time.
Yeah, so I think that's why I enjoyed it, because I sat there and just saw so much comedic material in it that it made it fun to watch. Because I could just literally sit there and imagine what they would be saying while watching this movie. Especially that scene that you went over where he's in the Jeep and it won't turn on, and he's just trying to get out, and the bulldozer's coming at him at 5 miles an hour, and he's just like, oh my God. And I'm like, dude, just get out and run.
That's one of those scenes that you expect in those movies that like make fun of movies, like Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a perfect scene for Scary Movie. Yes. Like
totally.
Well, there you go.
And I think there's even the one scene where they can hear the bulldozer coming, and they're all looking around, and the camera's trying to do like a spin camera angle, and they can't find the bulldozer. And so finally, Clint Walker screams, "Let's get out of here!" It's like,
or like the one scene where they're like they see it, and it's like in the grass. It's almost like it's hiding. You know what I mean? Like the bulldozer's on the side of the. You can't see me, like, dude. It's
that was that one scene. They're driving down the road, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Well, where is it?" And then they're all of a sudden, man, there's the bulldozer. Like, here I am, suckers. That was like, oh man, really? Like, you couldn't hear that loud engine blow, loud exhaust and everything else.
Absurd.
It's kind of just
that has to be
and like you said, hide it in the grass.
That has to be a chore if you're a director, to try to take that movie and that material and try to make scary scenes. I don't know that you can make a scary scene in a movie like that, because it moves at a snail's pace.
Oh yeah,
and it's not like you can jump out with it and scare you. I mean, so it's a mess. And like you say, it's a 6 mile island, long island.
Yeah,
and they can't get away from it.
And that's what I think that's what the director was shooting for. He goes, well, they're confined to an island, so there's nowhere they can hide. So the director
dang
said
it,
and I don't know if in the novel it was on an island. I don't know if in the novel it was on an island, but it's. But I said, well, what can I do? Well, let's put them on an island, okay, and let's put a couple of hills on the island, so like that, at least they could kind of like, haul butt over a hill or something to get away from him, but from the bulldozer.
Oh yeah,
I'm assuming his gender that the bulldozer is a him, but it could be a her, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know.
So,
we're not. It's some kind of. We think it's an alien.
Yeah,
well, it definitely has feelings because right there before they kill it and electrocute it, they knock its eye out and it gets mad. And flips around, and that's what's right.
Yeah, he gets mad.
That's what causes
the little headlights. Yeah,
the little headlights. Yeah, but definitely Stephen King saw this movie.
Oh,
really?
I will say that. Yeah, I'm just saying that because Maximum Overdrive, right? It's Maximum Overdrive ends up being an alien.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, if I remember correctly, right? It's an alien.
Yeah.
Takeover type deal, right? It was a comet.
Yep.
That was, and we got into. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? It's a comet, and the Earth went in through its tail. Is that how?
Something like that. Yeah.
Was
That's
that
right.
not
Yeah.
a comet?
Oh.
And I just remember that, and then it got accidentally shot down by a Russian satellite. Isn't that communications? Communications.
Are you insinuating
quotation.
that Stephen King stole some material?
Could you imagine how
exactly
high
what I'm
was Stephen
saying.
King at that moment? He's sitting down on this couch,
Yeah.
1974.
I know. Just imagine that.
Stoned out of his mind. This comes on, and he could, let's presume he sees it because
And
it's Clint Walker, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch Clint Walker." And then he's like,
"Watch this."
"Oh, dude, I can make some money off of this."
Oh yeah, this is
He
good
goes,
material here.
Definitely, nobody's gonna watch this, so nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, nobody's going to know. We found out, Stephen. We have figured you out now.
Okay, we gotta.
No one's ever gonna know that I took this from.
We gotta hide this a little bit.
He definitely took the concept. He definitely took the concept from that, and of course he made it great.
Yeah.
I mean, Maximum Overdrive is a cult classic.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a cult classic that I don't know if you guys remember, but that was dumped on pretty bad when it got released.
Man, I love that movie. When I first saw it,
I love it.
Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, but if you like Maximum Overdrive, then and you want to see the origins of Maximum Overdrive,
you want to see the
then you can watch
original. This is it.
Yeah, because that blue glowing thing was probably a piece of that comet that flew by the first time around, just ended up on that island, and all it could affect was that poor bulldozer, and. But the one thing that got me is that thing pretty much burned that guy to a crisp, but nobody else got burned to a crisp.
Yeah,
after
that's so
being
weird.
Exposed to it, that was so weird, right? I'm like, only that one guy, and that's it. It's kind of like they were all immune somehow. Maybe alcohol. It's like that movie we saw. I already forgot the name of the movie.
Grabbers.
Alcohol ended up being. Yeah,
remember dude, Grabbers is great.
Or yeah, so alcohol is the cure. So maybe that was the deal there. But I mean, it's would I watch it again? Probably not, unless we're gonna do a Mystery Science Theater type show on it.
Yeah, I mean that would be the only way.
I'm not. Yeah, that'd be the only way I'll watch it again. Now, if they said they were gonna do Killdozer, oh man, I would definitely make sure to watch that episode of Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, I would totally watch that one. That would be like a classic one, I think. Yeah, for them to do. So.
That would be. Oh man.
Well, this thing had a pretty big cult following.
Well, there's a band named after.
Yeah, Killdozer, a band. Yeah, that actually
really is that right?
Actually, got their name coming from the movie. And
I'd like to interview those guys. They're probably like, "This is the greatest movie ever."
Those guys were around for like 12, 13 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And so. Reckon
really?
They probably made more money off the Killdozer name than the movie did.
Yeah, they probably did.
Is it the rock genre? Were they metal?
Oh yeah,
Sounds pretty metal.
They're like an alternative type band.
Like alternative rock.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Well, you guys got anything else for this one? Because if not, we will.
Okay. Actually, their genre is noise rock, post-hardcore, or alternative rock.
Okay, noise rock. I think
they
the first
had a
that.
label, Touch and Go Records. They were pretty legit. Looks like.
Wow.
I couldn't tell you I ever heard them, but
I knew they existed. I've heard the name.
Yeah. So That's pretty crazy.
Really, I didn't even know they exist. I didn't even. You're mentioning it was the first time I've ever heard of that band.
Now we're going to go check them out.
But you know, I'm pretty highbrow when it comes to music. You know, I'm pretty highbrow.
All right.
So,
you guys ready for this one?
I've never heard of them.
We're
Let's keep on going, man.
All right, it's Stompdown rating time for this one. All right, and the Stompdown rating for this one was a massive, we're talking massive.
Big number.
Dan Cawley number 2. we give this one a 2.
Okay, so before we go on, and I'm going to ask the same question for Moon Beast, because this is my ultimate question is Godzilla's Revenge or Killdozer?
Killdozer, dude. I enjoyed scenes in Killdozer
I'm gonna
so
stay
much
with
better.
I'm going to stay with Godzilla's Revenge
No,
because I
not
am
me.
a Godzilla fan.
I'm going to stay with Godzilla's Revenge
there we
because
go.
Godzilla's in it. Obviously, someone in this group turned his back
Oh,
on Godzilla.
definitely has.
I did not turn my back on Godzilla.
Hey, Sony will do that to you. They'll do
I
it
don't
real
think
quick.
so.
Oh yeah, Sony will do that. Yeah.
Y'all like that new logo, right? Y'all know Mark picked out RoboCop on that.
Oh,
one,
I
didn't
know.
you?
I had nothing to do with that.
Oh yeah.
Josh and Jared Brandleman, we do need to talk.
And that new logo, that was the handsomest Frankenstein I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I don't know where they got
That's
that.
one good
Okay,
Frankenstein.
Talk me about who's Godzilla on the logo. Thank you very much. That would be Sludge. So.
Oh,
Yeah, but
what a coincidence, right, Mark?
No coincidence.
He got
That
to
was-
be
well,
yeah.
they assume,
Dude,
and because it wasn't probably something that he asked for. It was given to him.
no, dude.
Yes.
No, I think he asked for it. I think what's the truth? Did you ask to be Godzilla, or did he just assume you were going to be Godzilla?
Nah, I totally drew up
Artist.
the logo and then sent to them. Like,
okay.
this is what I'm thinking of
See?
right here.
Okay,
There you go,
yeah,
Mark.
So-
yeah.
You don't
so
actually.
wrong,
Yeah,
man.
he said,
So,
yeah. You
Jared
didn't
and
actually think he
Josh,
goes, I'm going to make
I got to
Mark
apologize.
Robocop.
It was you the whole time. that
Oh,
put me
dude,
in the
totally me the
RoboCop.
whole time.
Oh man,
Dude, I
that is
telling you.
so wrong.
That was
Don't you laugh, Ruben. You knew about it. That's
Yeah.
the problem. You guys knew about
I
it.
have no. I have
Look
no
at the
idea what
face.
you're
Look at the
talking about.
face right there.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm throwing my hands
Hey,
up in the
there
air.
was a
for
few
you
more.
people.
There was a few more to do about it too. When Charlie Chase.
no
Oh,
idea.
thanks,
about it.
Charlie. Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, they're like, what do you think for the logo? So I just created like just a mock up of what I wanted the logo to look like, and oh yeah, dude, totally copy and pasted your head right on top of RoboCop. I was like, right here.
That is so wrong, man.
Josh like texted me back almost immediately. He's like, dude, this is brilliant.
That is so wrong.
And just so you know, Josh, you just pass it on to him that I got a few people that are my friends that are listeners to the show and on the fan. They loved
Oh,
it.
see, that's
They just loved the
yeah,
logo.
that's-
Oh,
So,
dude,
yeah.
they did a fantastic job.
They just
Money
loved it.
well
Yeah.
spent. I will say
Yeah.
that much. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yes, I will pick Killdozer over Godzilla's Revenge because I laughed more in this movie than I did Godzilla's Revenge because I hate that fat little silver.
Oh my
gosh. Mystery Science Theater could do do Godzilla's Revenge,
And I would enjoy
if they
that.
wanted
I
to,
would
think.
probably enjoy
I would
that.
enjoy
Yeah,
that.
That would be
yeah.
good. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's move on to our
They
other
could
one.
do that.
This one's a little bit later. 1976 horror movie Track of the Moon Beast. This one
Which Mystery Science Theaters 3000
have done.
they have
Did
done
do
this one.
this
They
one.
have done this one.
I wish I've not seen that. I need to hunt that one down and watch it. I probably would have enjoyed it more than the actual movie. Actually, I guarantee I would. So, but this came out 1976. This was directed by Richard Ashe. No clue who that is. Written by Bill Finger and Charles Sinclair, which we will bring up in a moment. And then, of course, it has this movie starred a whole lot of nobody you'll ever hear of. So what happens is the film takes place in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? It's in New Mexico, where a mineralogist named Paul, our main character, he's out watching a meteor shower with his lady friend. I cannot remember her name now at this point, but it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, Kathy. Yeah, right? Yeah, Kathy's her name.
Yeah, Cassie's correct.
So Paul and Kathy are watching this meteor shower, and he gets struck in the head by a meteorite. which we never really see, and those and we'll go on. So he gets struck in the head with a meteorite, and so this meteorite lodges in his head,
which he brilliantly acted out when he got hit.
I'll give him that much.
We'll go on with that.
So anyways, the meteorite piece lodges in his brain, and it causes him to transform into this strong, vicious, lizard-like creature whenever the moon comes out. So a la werewolf style, but reptile. And so in his lizard form, Paul, of course, loses complete control of his humanity. He has no idea what's going on, goes on a killing spree and starts killing people. But when he goes back to human form, he starts having like dizziness and nausea, which causes Kathy to think something's wrong. And he goes to his friend and former professor, Johnny Longbow, who's... Longbow's there for a reason, even though I think they actually call him like Longbone most of the movie, who makes a killer stew, by the way, with lots of onions that they talk about multiple times. So anyways, Johnny Chef Longbow ends up talking to him and finding out that Paul's the monster. He locks him up in like this jail cell, and the moon comes out and he transforms into the monster, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm the monster." And so realize, well, what are we going to do? So they want to help. They want to help him out, and
no, I'm the monster.
And so Paul wants to just kill himself, pretty much. Well, they're like, no, we can get it removed, and so the plan is that they're going to actually surgically remove the piece that's lodged in this brain. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these NASA brain scientists come up, or surgeons come up. They rescan him, and they realize with another X-ray that the pieces are pretty much gone, almost like it's now gone into like a bunch of little tiny pieces. And that they can't remove it because it's disintegrated. And what's eventually going to happen is it's going to cause Paul to blow up, to self-combust. And we don't really know why. So Paul overhears this in the hospital because he's there for his brain surgery to get this meteorite piece taken out. And he decides he's just not going to have it. He can't blow up, but he can't kill anybody. So he escapes from the hospital and he goes to like his favorite place called Sandria Crest, and apparently the plan is he's going to commit suicide. Well, Kathy tells Johnny Longbow, who is awesome with onions and stew, and they go after him, trying to find him. He ends up transforming, kills a couple more cops, and then Johnny Longbow, out of nowhere, has this longbow and an arrow, because it's 1970s, he's an Indian, longbow, and he's fashioned a arrowhead out of a moon rock, and he shoots Paul as he's transformed with this moon rock at the end of the movie in what is hands down the most climactic, epic sequence of a creature exploding without exploding at the same time. And they kill Paul and the movie's over. And I have a lot of negativity to say about this movie, but I'll let one of you guys go first. Mark can't handle it right now.
I'll go. This movie, okay, I saw Killdozer first, then I saw this one. This one made me want to go back and see Killdozer.
Yeah.
Because, this one had bad acting. The only thing I liked was the premise. I liked the premise of a moon beast or whatever. And, it's pretty much a very bad wolf man. You know, he was, I think the director was going like, go watch the Wolfman, and I want you to watch Lon Chaney Jr., and that's how I want you to be throughout the movie once you find out you're the Moon Beast. And he did that just fine. But other than that, this movie was, I don't know what happened from 74 to 76, because there was some great stuff out there. And I don't know how this movie even got made, to tell you the truth. It's pretty bad. The acting was terrible, which is Mystery Science Theater took it, and from what I read, actually, it's one of the most highly rated, the best ones as far as Mystery Science Theater goes, and people rating episodes. This one's up there. That's how bad this movie is.
Yeah,
and Mystery Science Theater can make it good. You know what I'm saying? It's just that there's a monster in it. That's cool. The monster on the poster is way cooler than the monster that actually appears, because you don't really see him too much.
By and large.
So by and large, that if you look at the movie poster, or it's not really a movie. Yeah, it's a movie. If you see the poster for this, and you say, "Dude, that's a cool looking monster," that's not what you're going to get in the movie. I'm going to tell you that right now. It was was marginally fun to watch. I was truthfully, I was bored throughout. It was hard to keep my attention span on it, but I had to, I took a long arrow with the moon rock on the tip, for the show for this. Okay. And I didn't explode, but, it was pretty bad. It was not one of these that I would, tell somebody, dude, you gotta watch You see how I keep calling it Snow Beast? The Snow Beast was so much better.
It really
you gotta
was.
Watch Moon Beast. Yeah. It's just not one of those I would recommend to anybody that I want to be my friend.
Yeah.
So,
you recommend this to an enemy, not a friend.
Yeah, because if I tell them to go watch it, I'm gonna get slapped next time I see them. But you know what, man? Those movies, that was a D movie, I would say, from the C- to a D. But in this kind of movies that we like to watch, it's so bad that you have so much fun watching it because it's so bad, and it's again, you go through that Mystery Science Theater kind of thing with it, and you're like, this is the kind of movie that I can envision my friends in high school all sitting around watching and just making fun of it throughout, and just making fun of all the characters. And I mean, I can see us sitting there and making fun of this movie. Heck, we did that to Academy Award winning movies. Why wouldn't we?
Oh, this is definitely one of them.
So,
and
yeah.
it's like it's par for the course for our type of films. And
it's par for the course.
You're going to have the good ones, then you're going to have these duds that you just make fun of.
Yeah. So if you're at a party and you want to throw on a movie that, get everybody's got a kind of a buzz going on, and then you throw this movie on, then you'll get some fun. I think you'll have some fun watching it. But otherwise, if you're sober, don't even bother. Good beer, bad movie night type of movie. This is
they need to do it next. That's what it is.
This one's yours, Pete.
Perfect.
This
That'd
one's
be
yours.
perfect for
Pete,
them.
Kathleen, Troy.
I bet Pete rejected this one. Yeah, I bet he'd reject this one. Maybe.
Well, what gets me is you look at that poster, and here's this massive, muscular beast.
Yeah.
And then you actually see the beast.
Dude, it is it's the biggest letdown ever.
So,
ever.
It's kind of one of those things like, look, we're not going to draw anybody in if we take a picture of what we really feel. Let's draw this one up.
That costume, it's kind of like, you know what that costume reminded me of? Not really the looks or anything, but the original Planet of the Apes, movie series. They went all out on the first one. Then it was so successful, they said, well, we're going to make another one. But then they went cheap on the makeup, and they just got like ape masks and threw it on people, And when I saw that mask, I'm like, that's something out of Beneath the Planet of the Apes. They're just, here, throw this mask on, man. Well, don't you want to put some makeup in my eyes to make it? No, just get out there. It'll be fine.
Dude,
that's what
it reminds me of. I can't remember what they're called for nothing. The creatures from Land of the Lost, Sleestacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Sleestacks.
You're right.
But the Sleestacks look
Sleestack way better.
Yeah, they look so much better.
Sleestack was.
Well, I mean, the picture I'm looking at right here looks like they just kind of you look bad. Let's spray some water on you and make you look a little slick. And maybe that might work.
Yeah.
Like if you put a duck mouth on a Sleestack, that is what this thing is,
that
dude.
Is it.
And this is why I'm gonna harp on it. Like, okay, was there anything like about this movie? No, not really. Other than I cracked up constantly at Johnny Longbow.
Yes, exactly.
Like, Johnny Longbow is about the only reason to watch this movie.
Yeah,
and his overwhelming use of onions in his food. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a lot to harp on this movie. The first one I'm gonna harp on is the fact of, do you all know who made the monster for this movie? None other than the legendary Rick Baker. American Werewolf in London, King Kong, Harry and the Hendersons, Men in Black, Planet of the Apes.
God.
Rick Baker made this. Now, okay, so let's say, this is 1974, or I'm sorry, 76 is when it came out. He was new to the game. No, okay, sorry. He did Schlock before he did this, and Schlock is way better than this.
But King Kong was 1976.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
wait a minute, dude, no way.
He even did It's Alive.
You know what? I refuse to believe that. He must have been held at gunpoint.
Dude, I think
do this. That's the only thing that could have happened.
This is the only thing I can talk of is that he was like, all right, I'm in the middle of working on King Kong, and like, I don't know if it was the director or producer was like, look, Rick, you owe me a favor, dude. And he's like,
yeah,
all right, I'm gonna.
He must have been blackmailed. That producer
bag.
must have had some incriminating photos of Rick Baker doing something. That's all I got to say about that. There's no way it was blackmail involved.
There had to have been. Yeah. This was like Rick Baker invented the Ben Affleck paycheck before Ben Affleck was ever even born. You know what I mean? Or like ever came out, because that is what this had to have been. So huge disappointment there with Rick. So I'm just going to say, Rick, it's not your fault. You were blackmailed and you just took a paycheck. But the other thing is,
I refuse to believe that he.
Dude,
did that.
I promise it was
by choice.
He couldn't have done it by choice. But yeah, Rick Baker definitely did the special effects on this movie, and we're not joking. You put a duck bill on a sleeve stack and make it look worse, and you've got the creature for this movie.
But basically, I think what they did is they went into the dumpster of the Land of the Lost production and took out a beat up sleeve stack costume, took it out of there, threw a duck bill on it.
Dude, that's it. That is literally what this thing looks like.
That's it.
Eyes had fallen off and everything, and they're just like, it's
how
all right.
ironic that the production company for this movie is Lizard Productions Incorporated.
Which, and like, how random. Like, why would okay, so beef number 2 with this one. This movie was written by Bill Finger and Charles Sinclair. Now, for those who don't know these names, that's okay. I can understand. But Bill Finger is the co-creator of Batman. Like, the actual look and design of Batman was Bill Finger, okay? That's who co-created Batman. Charles Sinclair was a writer. Now, this makes a little more sense, though. But still, was a TV show writer. He wrote several episodes for the Adam West Batman series. So I told Charlie, I'm like, dude, I'm calling this the bad Batman movie, because like, you got Rick Baker, who worked on Batman Forever. He did the special effects for Batman Forever.
Yes, he
did. You got Bill Finger and Charles Sinclair. So you got 3 guys with Batman history working on this freaking turd of a film, dude. I'm so disappointed in those 3. And Bill Finger, rest his soul. Of course, he's not here. But this is rough. This is rough. Not including just what's bad about the movie. Like when he gets hit by the meteorite, which you don't even really see, it is like it's not even like an inch long scratch on his head. Like if a rock is falling from space and hits you in the head, your head is exploding. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care how big it is, but. Give credit to the actor Chase Cordell, because he tried his best to sell that the way he could.
Yes, he did.
But then, like, a lizard. Why a lizard? None of this movie made sense whatsoever. And what's bad is I picked this because we did Killdozer, and I'm like, let's just make a double feature. When the 70s hated us, because I remember watching this as a kid. Not the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version, but the actual movie. I remember watching it and going, what the crap am I watching? Like, this may be the worst movie I've ever seen. And then we do Killdozer. I'm like, let's just make it worse. Let's bring back Track of the Moon Beast Chase. I got nothing good to say about this one. It's Stompdown rating time. And this one got a big 1. This didn't get anything. We're good.
It won.
If you are bored and have nothing to do and have watched every movie in history twice, then go watch Track of the Moon Beast. That might be the only time.
Okay.
No.
Same question.
This over
Godzilla's Revenge.
Man, I'm going Godzilla's Revenge.
Wow.
I'm definitely going.
There you go. Finally, I got him to admit it.
Yes.
I'll
choose
I'll
it.
at least laugh at that fat silver turd over, and get more enjoyment out of that. Godzilla says I should fight my own battles. I hate that movie.
Okay,
but I like it more than Moon Beast.
How about Mark Ship of Monsters?
Ooh,
shoo-wee.
Dude,
that's easy for me but I enjoyed Ship of Monsters more than you did. But I'm just going.
I love Ship of Monsters, dude. I love that movie.
Yeah. I'll go Ship of Monsters. Just for Pete.
If that tells you, that's how bad this movie is.
And I think what's the worst rated movie other than Godzilla's Revenge?
The '98 Godzilla.
Really?
I'd watch. Okay, 98 Godzilla or this one. Which one would you rather watch?
Dude, I would even go 98 Godzilla. I will take a cup of tea.
Well, we
over
know you and 98 Godzilla.
Whatever.
Man. We know
Okay.
this.
I cannot think of any movie that we've reviewed in our long 77 episode history that comes close. Other than I didn't enjoy this one, but I know that Sludge did is Razorback. I really did not.
Oh man, I love Razorback.
Razorback was that great.
Russell Mulcahy
I know
all
you
the
do,
way,
but
dude.
I think if memory serves me right, I think that's the one I rated.
I think that was the lowest when you rated, which is so odd, because it's a Russell Mulcahy film. I thought that was, but
yeah,
I mean, to each his own. Mark hates RoboCop, so I'm not going to blame you on Razorback, I guess.
Or wait a minute, and I could get getting confused. Which one is the one with the swamp people?
The swamp people that we did?
Well, it was the guy, the old man that lived out in the swamp in his house. That was Razorback, right?
No, or did we do Legend of Boggy Creek?
Legend of Boggy Creek.
That's
Legend of
Boggy Creek. That one. That one's right above Razorback.
Just for the record,
I enjoyed
Legend
that
of Boggy Creek. That's kind of close to your home.
Yeah,
that's just up there a ways, across the state line.
Well, I think. That's at least 10 hours
Well,
away.
I think you need to drive over there and check it out.
We need to make a new one.
Take a video camera
I think
with
that's
you.
I'm actually think Boggy Creek's about halfway between me and you, is what I would guess.
I was actually, the last time when I was in Texas, when we were coming back, we discussed going to Boggy Creek.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, really?
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. I would. Don't get me. I would go and I would take pictures and say, "Look, I've been to Boggy Creek." Just like.
Well, we just need to. We need to. What we need to do is, and we need to set up a date. And let's just meet in Boggy Creek,
dude. Camping trip.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
Make our own found footage film.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I know there was one. They have a little convention now, and I didn't make it last year. I want to try to make it this year. But the gas station from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they have like a convention around there.
I heard in there,
and it's
in there someplace like a hotel or something that was filmed in the film that you can actually stay at, or it's pretty rough.
There's a whole convention going on, and they had all kinds of things going on, and I'd like to go to that. I wanted to go this year, but I just didn't make it. But that's just something. It's just. Something cool to go see. I mean, I would definitely, if I had the time and the money, I would visit all these sites. I'd go to wherever this moon rock struck him in the head.
That's great.
And I would reenact that whole scene and then put it on the Facebook.
You would do it probably way better than Paul, whatever his name is, or Chase Cordell, the actor.
Well, it'd be funnier with me to quote Hangover. It's funny because he's fat. So it'd be funnier with me doing it because I'm a little more portly than he is. So it'd be funnier. So,
well, this might be might be the first movie, guys, that we have ever not recommended. But no, it's the second because we did not recommend Colossal.
Yes,
and give it to Cameron. I would recommend Killdozer at least once. Just to laugh. The Mystery, like the riff tracks, as a Mystery Science Theater. Don't recommend Moon Beast unless you watch the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version.
There's something exactly. That's what's going to be my disclaimer. You can watch it, but watch the Mystery Science Theater.
Like I've not seen that version. I'm going to go find it and watch it now because I want to see what they say because this is rife for comedy through that film. So
it is.
There I think there's the see it. The poster for the
it looks great.
Mystery Science 3000
with Crow and Tom Server at the bottom. I want to find it.
So that's
All right, guys. Well, there you go. That is when the 70s hated us when they decided to bring us Killdozer and Track of the Moon Beast. And
I'm still reeling from that Rick Baker.
Dude,
I am still reeling from it, man. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it.
Nothing in his repertoire even comes close to as bad as the special effects in this movie. Nothing.
I can't. And you were saying, well, he was young, but King Kong was 76, and that means he was making Kong.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he had already made Kong.
Even besides Kong, before this, he had made Schlock. And the special effects in Schlock are great. Yeah. And he did it. He did It's Alive.
It must have. Oh yeah. So you see, this must be a budget thing or blackmail.
I blame him blackmail. I'm telling you, it's blackmail.
They held his family. They held his family for ransom. Something.
They're like, you're doing this.
Yeah.
So he gave them bottom dollar on that one. So, all right, guys. Well, look. Just to make up for how bad these movies are, this
God.
episode, we have something new for you guys. We are starting a new segment we wanted to add to our episodes just to make things a little more fun. And it is going to be a monster movie trivia segment every episode. And we have titled this segment, Test Your Might, and I think you're going to like it. Here you go.
Your might. Test your might. Test your might. Test your might. Test your might.
Okay, so now the way this thing works is our buddy and fellow podcast host at the Give Me Back My Action Movies, Give Me Back My Horror Movies, and pretty much top dog at the Give Me Back My Podcast Network, Charlie Chase, is helping us with this. And what Charlie's going to be doing is he's going to be sending us 3 questions every episode that will relate to the movies or may not relate to the movies that we will ask. They're multiple choice, and then we'll get the answers. And the loser has to watch a movie, monster movie, at the picking of the winner. Okay, so this is going, and then the next episode, you got to come back and tell us your experience of what that monster movie was like. So, are you guys ready?
Let's do her.
And by the way, I've already picked out what movie.
Let's do it.
that-
See, I haven't picked mine
I'm
out
so
yet,
ready.
so.
I figured that.
Yeah.
He probably picked out the answers.
I
too,
did
Mark.
not. I
Yeah.
showed
Oh,
y'all
he did.
beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Showed y'all beforehand. Okay,
Show
here we go.
is not read. Here we
Question
go.
number 1. What was the working title of Track of the Moon Beast? Was it A, Curse of the Meteorite, B, The Lunar Analog, or C, The Lunar Analog, or C, Meteorite Beast?
I'm going to go with C.
I'm going to go with, I love The Lunar Analog.
It's either A or C. He's looking it up.
I'm not looking it up. I got the
He's checking the
questions.
Yeah, he's checking the answers.
There, it's a
out.
separate email. This is not rigged.
I'm gonna,
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I was tempted to go with A, but I'm gonna go with C.
Yeah.
You're going to C?
Oh, yeah.
See, now I want to go with A, but if I go with A, you're going to be like, it's rigged. Just because you guys are going to C. I'm
Oh,
gonna go
wait. You know that's the answer
Why
already?
would it be rigged if it's you don't
You
know
don't
if
know
it's
if I
right
know
or
or not.
wrong?
Just the way you said
Hey,
it.
I'm just telling you. Y'all didn't know about Rick
Just
Baker,
said it.
and y'all didn't know
Yeah.
about Bill Finger.
Yeah.
Anyway, so question number 2. What other cult classic movie, and we'll get to the answers after we do the questions. What other cult classic movie did Robert Urich star in after Killdozer? Was it A, Battle Beyond the Stars, B, Space Raiders, or C, the Ice Pirates? I've only heard of one of these movies, so I'm answering the one I've heard of.
Yeah.
Okay. The Ice Pirates. Does
You
that
gotta give me-
exist? Is there?
You got.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does.
Well, there you go. That he just eliminated one for us.
Yeah.
What was the other 2?
A was Battle Beyond the Stars, B is Space Raiders, and C is the Ice Pirates. All right, you guys got your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Ruben, are you writing yours down?
Yeah. No.
Yes, man. I'm not going to remember what you picked. Gosh. We're doing
Whatever the
answers
right answer
afterwards.
is. What are you talking about?
You can tell this is the first time we've done this one.
I don't even have a.
Ruben's like spit off the other. Like, dude.
I don't even have a pencil.
I'll write yours down for you, Ruben. Number 1, you said
C.
C. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then this one, you said A.
A.
Okay. All right. Question number 3.
Battle Beyond the Stars.
Question number 3. What former president was hired? This is
return right here.
this is from Mark all the way. What former president was hired to promote the home video release of RoboCop?
Oh, my.
A.
Charlie, why? Why?
A. Ronald Reagan, B. Richard Nixon, or C. Jimmy Carter? I'm going. I don't know, but I really think I know the answer to this one.
I don't know at all.
Mark should know. It's his favorite movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch it again, Mark. Watch it again.
Ruben?
Man, I'm gonna go with man. Well, I'm going to go with Nixon. He just seems like the kind of guy that would do that. Reagan and Carter. I can't see Carter promoting.
I don't know, man.
So I'm going with Nixon.
Something's making me go Carter. I don't know why.
I did Reagan because I thought, yeah, he just wants to use my name in it.
Maybe. All right. We ready for the answers?
Yeah.
See, look, I don't even know.
go.
We got to scroll
Here we
down.
go.
We got to scroll down. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1 was B. What the heck was number 1?
Really?
So number 1, The Lunar Analog was the working title of Track of the Moon Beast.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
We all got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
picked that.
trashed that one.
All right, number 2. What other cult classic movie did Robert Urich star in after, Killdozer? It was Battle Beyond the Stars, Space Raiders, or Ice Pirates. The Ice Pirates. See, that's an actual
God.
movie.
Yes.
All right, so that's none for
And
none.
I was, it's funny you should say that because I said, man, Ice Pirates sound familiar. But when you said, which I value your opinion highly, when you said, what the heck is that? I've never heard. I mean, there's no way. If Sludge hasn't heard of it,
I've
it doesn't
never heard of
exist,
it. I have never heard of it. I don't believe number 1, Charlie, just so you know. All right, number 3. What former president was hired to promote the home video release of RoboCop? Richard Nixon.
Oh, my God.
Yes! I'm the winner.
Ruben won. Crap. Mark, did you get any right? Dang it, neither did I. All right. So we're going to have to watch.
We have to watch. What?
Dang it.
What are we watching, Ruben?
What are we watching, Ruben? He was not prepared for this whatsoever.
I didn't even think I was going to win.
Ruben's like,
I was supposed to pick a movie.
you won. We gotta watch
Ruben was losing.
whatever you decide.
Yeah.
Whatever monster movie you decide.
Okay.
Man, and I had a good one picked out
Okay,
because I
I'm
knew
gonna-
for sure
okay.
Mark was losing, so I picked ahead of time. I was like, I got one for Mark, and
I lost.
I lost.
You just lost with me.
Yeah, I did. Dang it.
Yeah. So I got to pick a monster
That
movie.
is- that's on
See
you.
here.
That we have to watch.
All right. Okay. It has to be here live on the air. Give me a second.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? It's not really. Y'all probably like this movie, but But I'm gonna go with Kronos Vampire Hunter.
Kronos Vampire Hunter. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm writing that down. Kronos Vampire Hunter. That is what we got to watch, and then we will let you all know.
Actually, I think I've already watched that.
So I think I've seen that a while
Yeah.
ago. That's been forever. Kronos
Yeah.
Vampire Hunter.
It's not. Kronos Vampire Hunter. It used to be on USA Network a long time ago. It was on regular rotation, and that's the one I picked because it's not the best of vampire movies. So that's my pick.
All right. Kronos Vampire Hunter. All
And
right.
next time, I'll have an long version because I'm taking them all home.
yeah.
From here on out. I got to taste of victory.
All right.
I
well,
just couldn't see Ronald Reagan or Jimmy Carter advertising RoboCop.
I don't know why, man. I just thought like if I was trying to imagine, if I saw one of them on film, just Jimmy's face made me think I could see that for RoboCop. That's what I was like. I had Jimmy's face in my head. So thanks for letting me down, Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you guys like the new segment, Test Your Might. We will be doing that every episode. And then, of course, the next episode, me and Mark will have to tell you a quick rundown of our thoughts of Kronos the Vampire Hunter.
Captain Kronos.
There you go.
Yep. And but all right, guys. So hope you all enjoyed that one. We've got some big things coming up for you next month. Of course, Mark, our movies next month are
Rampage, and I can't remember what the second one is.
and he's the one who does the scheduling.
Clash,
people.
Clash of the Titans.
I can't get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because Clash of the Titans is the Valentine. It's our version of the Valentine's Day.
That's
movie.
right. And we will be doing the original Clash
The
of the
original
Titans,
Clash
not
of
the
the Titans.
remake, just so you
Yes.
all know.
and definitely Rampage is one going to look forward to.
Oh, man, that one's a blast. I'm not going to lie. I had fun with that movie.
Yeah.
So next month we've got Rampage. Will be the first episode of the month. And then for our special Valentine's Day episode, we're doing a classic with Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
And then we've got something super special coming up. There will be a third episode next month, just so you all know. We are doing a special review per request. And, of course, we want want to promote and help these guys. But Bobby Easley and James Brenton, who are the director and cinematographer behind H.P. Lovecraft's Witch House, names might sound familiar because they just did an interview with Charlie and Nate over at Give Me Back My Horror Movies and asked us to review Witch House, and we are stoked. So we're going to actually review that movie for them and do a quick Q&A with them, and we're going to have that as a special episode next month.
Awesome.
So we're stoked about that one. Y'all be paying attention to it. Of course, we'll let you all know when it drops, but super excited about it. Also, we have finally got our Instagram up and running, so if you can, spread the news, get the Instagram out there, help us grow a little bit. I'm trying to stay on top of that best I can, give you all some good content and fun things, and then go check out all the shows, man. Again, I mean, can't promote our friends enough. Everybody at the Give Me Back My Podcast Network. So Pete and his crew at Good Beer Bad Movie Night. Charlie and Dan at Give Me Back My Action Movies. Charlie and Nate, Give Me Back My Horror Movies. Jimmy and Dan at Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. Then we got a new show coming soon that I'm stoked about, just because it sounds super, super fun. And all good stuff, man. These dudes they're great. Everybody, and I'm sorry, dudes and gal. Sorry, Kathleen. I don't know if Kathleen ever listens to our show.
Right, yeah.
But
Was
they
you
all
not
put
going to
great
give us
stuff.
the name of the new show that was coming, or we got to hold on it?
Well, the name is still up in the air for the new show.
Oh, okay.
Patent pending.
But
patent pending.
that's pending.
Okay.
It is actually going to be coming from Dan. I can say that. Dan's got a new show coming out that's going to be absolutely great. It's kind of a very nostalgic design show. We are actually finishing up the music for it. It's turned out top notch. I'm stoked about it. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I even told Dan when I sent it, because I've been working with the music on all these shows. This is probably my favorite intro music. So I mean, even more so than ours. Like I'm like, man, I like this more than our show. I'm about to redo ours. So
well, we've kind of saw you changing there a little bit.
Oh, whatever.
Going away from the monster movie.
He's tanking,
tanking
our monster movie Stompdown, bro.
I'm gonna send you all a bill.
Hey, Ruben, remember back in the day when we were the B team and we had another podcast going? Yeah,
A-team.
I remember that. I remember that.
I kind of feel,
and it was me, Mark and myself that overtook the A show. Remember that, Mark? We overtook them.
We did. We did.
It was me and Mark. It worked for me and Mark.
That's right.
I'll make a new intro just for you.
Yeah,
guys.
we know what you're up to, Charlie. Don't try it, man. Don't try it on me and Ruben.
Charlie, they're calling you out on something.
Yeah,
I have no
don't
idea.
try it on me and Ruben, man. We're there. We've been there. We've been down the road.
So, all right, guys.
We're veterans. We're veterans of the psychic
they
war.
are.
We've been
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
We know the secret stuff. We know Sludge likes the Titanic. We
No,
know how that is.
Sludge hates the
Yeah,
Titanic.
that's
Top 3 worst movies of all time.
And you know what? And the other day it was on TV, and my wife Cindy says, "I cannot believe that your friend does not like Titanic."
Oh, gosh.
She doesn't call him Sludge. She doesn't call him Sludge. She doesn't. She goes, "I can't believe Sludge doesn't like Titanic. How can he not like it?" I said, "Well, he doesn't."
I found
I've got to, I think that's probably the reason why that COVID showed up over here mysteriously. He didn't want anybody coming over to find out what he was watching on.
No, I was not watching
yeah.
that garbage. Not happening.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! If there's a movie that infuriates me, it's Godzilla's Revenge and Titanic. Like those two. Woo!
He did not say Godzilla 98 there, did he?
It's in there too. Oh my
yeah.
gosh!
Oh yeah!
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you
When
guys
we're
for
picking
listening.
when you told me to pick a bad movie, I could have gone for the jugular and picked 90, but we already did 98 once.
Yeah.
We already did.
Please let's not do that
Revenge.
again.
I wasn't going to let's not do that again.
I'm trying to put
so that's why I wanted to pick
something
different,
fresh. So, all right, guys. Well, man, thank you all so much. Be looking out for next month, man. We got some great episodes. Special episode with Bobby Eads and James Brenton with their movie that's now circulating a bunch of festivals. H.P. Lovecraft's Witch House. Go back if you can. Listen to the awesome interview that Give Me Back My Horror Movies did with them. Super, super good. So we're stoked for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new Test Your Might segment, as we'll be doing that every episode now. This is Sludge.
And Mark.
You got Ruben in Texas.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Come on, you think you want to live forever?
Now what?
But no matter what happens, Godzilla will
And welcome back to the 77th episode of the Monster Movie Stompdown. Of course, you got your son of a gun.
I got to get my iPad in.
Okay. Jeez.
when you told me that I won and I had to pick a movie, I thought of a scene from Monsters Inc. When he's leaving for his date. Mike Wazowski's leaving for his date, and then the lady says, "Did you turn in your paperwork?" And he's just stunned silence, and then she says, "Your stunned silence is very reassuring." that was me for sure.
Oh Lord.